Good afternoon, everybody. We got a mess. I had this raised bed here on the one side of the what I like to call the big arch. It's really a chicken coop that I just use for a trellis, and then during the winter time I cover it with plastic and I put all the baby fruit trees that are in containers under it. And today I pulled up all the sweet potato vine. Well, it's not sweet potato vine. Well, it is and it isn't. It's Korean Yams that I planted last year that grew up all over the side of this trellis. And then when I dug them up, I only got a couple of potatoes or yams, and I was kind of frustrated with it, so I just left them alone. I threw out all the vines last summer, but whatever underground stuff that was in there grew again, and it grew a big pile of vines, as you can see. But I just finished digging it up, me and the dogs, and that's all we got. But I'm not mad because it grew itself, and the only reason I'm pulling it up now is because I have plans for this bed. I'm going to pull out some more junk out of it and then fill it back up with soil. And this is either going to be beets or turnips or something's going to go in here. I wanted to put cushaw squash. We've got we'll have hot weather August, September, and October into November, but I don't know if that's enough time for these cushaw squash seeds that I got to grow the vines and actually make anything. So I'm not sure about if that's what I want to put in or not, but it's a 4.5 foot bed. It's normally whatever I plant here grows, but I've only done yams in it, different kinds so far. But I don't think next spring that if any of the Korean yams come up, I don't think I'm going to let them grow. I think I'm going to plant something else. Last summer on the one side, on this side, I had the Korean yams, but then over here on this side, I had loofah vine growing in it, and it grew so pretty. Right now I've got some what I think is holy basil and a couple of 1, 2, 3 bean plants that have just started, and maybe a few radishes in there, but I'm not worried about it yet. We're going to let that ride for a while. But last summer I had loofah vine in it, and it grew up over the arch, and it had the most beautiful, they looked like hibiscus, the yellow hibiscus flowers. They were really pretty, and they were really good for the pollinators. I did not do that this summer, and we have not had the pollinators that we had last year. But so today I'm just working on picking up all this vine and putting it in my little cart and taking it to, one nice thing is we have, because this is just a backyard garden, you know, so I wheel it up to the front yard and I put it in my green recycle bin, and it goes off to the city. But yeah, I'm hoping to get something else planted in here. And then over here, this is also a bed. I want to say it's 3.5 by 6 foot, but in it I've got just plain sweet potatoes growing. I can't remember what variety. I'm hoping they are just Beauregard. so that we actually get a little bit more, because my dog loves these sweet potatoes. It's also part of her diet that keeps her healthy. My other dog, she can eat pretty much anything, but she recently had, her name's Kiki, she just recently had bladder surgery to remove stones, so I've got her on a special diet. But the other one is on a special diet most of the time because she's got severe skin allergies. But one of the foods she can eat that's really good for her is sweet potatoes and yams. So I keep trying to grow them. In the front yard, I just put the slips in it, just about any container, and we get about 50 pounds out of the front yard garden, which isn't a lot, I know, but 50 pounds will make multiple batches in the pressure canner. And then I've got shelf stable sweet potatoes or yams for her to eat. You can hear the cicadas and maybe the birds, I'm not sure. Look at fig trees, they're crazy. But yeah, so this is what I'm working on today. And then I'm really hoping this bed right here makes pretty good. There's an old squash plant in it. I've got to pull that up and get it out of there. And the pineapple guavas still look healthy. They don't produce anything, but that's okay. They're just a pretty green plant. My mulberry is dying. I got to cut it back and give it some fertilizer. Right behind me here is this little square raised garden bed, and it's got pigeon peas, and I don't really know enough about them to say if they look real healthy to me. I don't know if they're going to grow anything or not, but yeah, there's always something to talk about in the garden and something to eat in the garden. So I'm going to go ahead and get back to work, and I hope y'all have if you're growing Korean yams, I hope you have a better harvest than I did. But it's all a learning curve, and you can't be mad when they grew themselves, and that's all you get. So next time I'll see about doing something different. Hope y'all have a good day.